Iraqi Dinar Revaluation, Financial Shift or Speculation Storm. The financial landscape is alive with speculation as rumors swirl about a potential revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, IQD, and Vietnamese dong, VND. Could a long-anticipated currency shift finally materialize? Enthusiasts, investors, and economists alike are closely monitoring the situation. Whispers of an official announcement arriving as early as tomorrow have ignited renewed hope among those who have long awaited a financial turning point. But what could this really mean for global markets, personal portfolios, and the broader economic climate? As speculation intensifies, it's crucial to understand the potential impact, both positive and negative, of such a monumental move. Could this finally be the financial breakthrough many have been expecting? Or is it simply the latest in a series of unfulfilled promises? Global implications and market reactions. If the Iraqi dinar or Vietnamese dong were to experience a significant revaluation, the consequences would be felt far beyond Iraq or Vietnam. Currency revaluation can alter the balance of trade, influence foreign investment, and shift inflation dynamics. A sharp increase in the value of these currencies would dramatically affect the international purchasing power of those who hold them and could reshape trade relations in the region. In particular, investors who have stockpiled these currencies over the years stand to gain immensely if the rumors prove true. However, the global financial system is deeply interconnected. A sudden revaluation could create ripple effects in foreign exchange markets, commodity pricing, and even geopolitical alliances. The IMF and digital finance trends. This speculation comes at a time of major changes in international finance. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, is currently revising its policy frameworks, which could have wide-reaching consequences. One of the most transformative trends is the rise of digital currencies. Central banks around the world, including Iraq's, are exploring the implementation of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Iraq is reportedly preparing to launch its own digital dinar, a move that would integrate its financial system more deeply with international frameworks. The goal is to modernize transactions, promote transparency, and safeguard financial interests, particularly those tied to the U.S. and Western allies. This digital shift may also be linked to broader political and security objectives. Iraq's newly proposed governance frameworks aim to unify various armed groups under official state military command. The intention is to promote sovereignty and reduce tensions that could disrupt economic progress. This shift is closely aligned with efforts to stabilize the region and prevent unauthorized military support to foreign entities like Palestine, particularly under the influence of groups that could threaten U.S. interests in Iraq. Iraq's exchange rate transition. Why it matters. At the heart of this discussion lies Iraq's potential transition from a dual exchange rate system to a single, unified rate. Currently, Iraq maintains both an official rate set by its central bank and a parallel market rate influenced by supply and demand. The introduction of a unified exchange rate would remove discrepancies between official and market prices. This move brings greater clarity and stability for businesses, travelers, and foreign investors. It also aligns Iraq with global best practices in financial governance. A stable, predictable rate benefits everyone, from importers and exporters to everyday consumers. It simplifies international trade, eliminates arbitrage opportunities exploited by speculators, and strengthens investor confidence. Digital currency and its practical impact. A major component of this potential financial overhaul is the implementation of a digital dinar. Similar to China's digital yuan, this currency would be issued and regulated by Iraq's central bank and operate within a digital exchange rate system. This innovation offers several benefits: faster transaction times, reduced corruption, and greater financial inclusion for unbanked populations. For citizens and tourists alike, this means fewer surprises when exchanging money or conducting transactions abroad. Budgeting for trips, sending remittances, and managing cross-border trade could all become easier and more transparent. For businesses, especially those engaged in import/export operations, a digital dinar with a consistent exchange rate offers improved forecasting and risk management. Currency fluctuations can wreak havoc on profit margins, so a unified, reliable exchange rate would bring welcomed predictability. Resistance and roadblocks. Despite these potential benefits, not everyone supports the change. Some business sectors benefit from the current system of fluctuating exchange rates, particularly those involved in currency speculation. For them, a unified rate means lost opportunities. There is also social resistance to the adoption of digital currency. Many Iraqis still rely heavily on cash and may not trust or understand the concept of digital finance. Ensuring a smooth transition will require significant public education and the development of robust cybersecurity infrastructure to protect against digital fraud. Digital literacy and access to technology could become dividing lines between those who adapt and those who are left behind. Policymakers must address these gaps to ensure an inclusive financial system that benefits all Iraqis. Oil dependency and inflation. Risk. Another critical factor is Iraq's economic dependency on oil, which constitutes over 90% of government revenue. The global oil market is inherently volatile. If oil prices drop, it directly affects the value of the dinar and could undermine efforts to stabilize the currency. A poorly managed revaluation could trigger inflation. If prices rise too quickly, while salaries remain unchanged, the average Iraqi will struggle. Purchasing power would erode, businesses may falter, and social unrest could grow. Managing this transition carefully with prudent fiscal and monetary policy is essential. Foreign investment and economic growth. Despite the risks, a successful shift to a unified exchange rate system, especially one paired with a digital dinar, could attract significant foreign investment. Stability and transparency are key criteria for global investors. A streamlined currency system shows that Iraq is serious about financial reform and modernization. However, if the revaluation is mishandled, or if digital infrastructure proves inadequate, it could discourage investment and create new economic vulnerabilities. What can you do to prepare? Whether you're an investor, a business owner, or simply someone interested in global economics, staying informed is crucial. This period of change presents both risks and opportunities. Diversifying your portfolio, maintaining assets in stable currencies, and monitoring updates from the Central Bank of Iraq can help you navigate these uncertain times. Understanding how currency and monetary policy shifts can affect your personal finances or investments allows you to make more informed decisions. If you're holding IQD or VND, now is the time to evaluate your strategy. Final thoughts. The Iraqi dinar's potential revaluation and the move towards a unified exchange rate and digital currency mark a significant moment in the country's financial history. While the promise of economic stabilization and growth is real, so are the challenges and risks. This could very well be one of the biggest shifts in the financial world this year. But whether it brings prosperity or volatility depends on careful execution and sustained policy support. What are your views on this possible transformation? Do you think Iraq is ready for a digital financial future? Share your thoughts and be sure to follow us for ongoing coverage and expert insights into this unfolding story.